Welcome back, you guys. You just read the article Korean in Paraguay. So for most Koreans, when they think of Paraguay, it's a country that is so distant, it might as well be on another planet, right?
So far away.
Yeah, they're totally different on the other different sides of the earth, but it is, in fact, in the same earth. And so the author of this article, he lived in 2010, he was living in Paraguay, and he started noticing that there was actually quite a few Koreans that were living in Paraguay, or even mixed children in his middle school and high school. And then he started noticing like this influx of Korean influences coming along, and he even noticed that there was a beloved journalist that hailed from Korea that was on the TV shows, on the local TV shows. There was also this very famous song called Soy Paraguayo y qué, which means I am Paraguayan.
So
and
what?
Yeah, so what? And one of the lyrics there was Ajuma Ajuma. And so it was quite interesting that they used a Korean word in the markets of Paraguay. So even though they're quite far and distant.
Super far.
Yeah, no one would think that Korea has had a big effect, but there are many people who have been studying Korean and getting interest. So fast forward to late 2020s. Their influx of Koreans has gone way up. People learning about Korean. So it used to be about 1,800, and now 2023 it went up to 4,800. Where people are almost practically fluent in Korean.
Yeah,
so.
huge jump.
Yeah, so it's kind of wild that, even though they're so far apart, that this is happening. So because of this influx of interest in Korea, the Korean ministry has decided to make an agreement with the Paraguayan education system and implement having Korean as a second language in middle schools and high schools, so more students can learn the language in their schools. So this is helping the locals there find more jobs related to Korean. So their interests, they learn Korean, and they're also able to find jobs related with that field. So it's quite interesting how these unrelated countries have they're mixing their culture and they're mixing the language. So
it makes you realize that the world probably isn't as big as you think it is.
Yeah, we're closer than we thought.
Everyone is a neighbor.
Yeah. So we are living in Korea. We come from we come from very distant places. But would you be interested in visiting a distant country, another country, even if your journey might be exhausting?
I love traveling. Any opportunity I get, my passport is in my hand. So I think already I've been to 45 different countries. So pretty well traveled. So any opportunity to travel, I'm down for it. I think this maybe not on a boat. I enjoy air travel far more than a boat travel. So maybe if it's a distant island in the Pacific somewhere, maybe I'll leave the exploring to somebody else.
You're not tired with all those layovers? And
I don't mind. I like the adventure of it all, but I get motion sick quite easily. So I think if I imagine being on a boat for 3 weeks or something like that, it sounds like a nightmare. How about you?
Oh no. No, I don't. I really don't like. I want to travel. I just want to be teleported to the other place. I don't like the whole, packing the bags, getting to the airport, waiting in those lines, those tiny seats, no leg room, long hours. I always get a stomach ache because I feel nervous. So, no, it would have to be I'm really interested. So that's how I got to Korea.
Yes.
But or when I go visit home, but usually I save up my money to get business class because I can't
have extra room.
Yeah, no. What do you think are the biggest challenges when you're living in a foreign country?
I think learning a language is definitely one of them. If you are living in a foreign country where maybe your mother tongue, usually maybe English, isn't as prevalent, it can be quite tricky. I think, especially because many people, I'm speaking as someone from the UK, it's not super common for us to learn a second language to fluency. So maybe we will study it for a little bit at school, but we definitely don't have the same dedication that people from other countries have learning English as a second language. Right. And so I think learning a language is definitely one of them. And then also maybe social nuances. So Korean culture has like age systems where you have to respect your elders and just other little things that the two of us probably know by heart now and can live with very comfortably. But I imagine that when both of us arrived for the first time, everything was just a little bit strange to us because we weren't used to it. But now I'm used to everything.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think I would agree with a language, because once you learn the language quite well, then you can learn everything else. So for me, I think like learning the laws and things that can benefit me, for example, like what health care I can get, or it's things that directly affect me, like they would be very big things, So usually I think about law, or when I go to the hospital, it's very important to know what's going on in your body, but if you don't know the language, oops. So,
you can't understand the depth of what is wrong with you or the depth of your symptoms if you don't speak the language to a certain level. I agree with you.
So keeping that in mind, make sure that you practice these vocabularies that are in this article, so you can get a hold of the English language and you don't feel that kind of feeling that we get when we're in Korea and we don't know some vocabulary.
We have the fear.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you and you practice the vocabulary, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Landlocked.
Landlocked.
Layover.
Layover.
Hail from.
Hail from.
Hang one's hat.
Hang one's hat.
Burgeoning.
Burgeoning.